You're listening to The Bug.
May cause nausea, vomiting and headaches. Hello Britain, this is The Bug, the show that holds up a mirror to the world and smashes itself on the head with it in despair. I'm Andy, joining me, as always, Alice, and...
I deny everything.
Just a good state of existence. Some good news, at last. There are no medicine shortages, according to the government, none at all. There have been various allegations about that. It turns out they are all fake news, trademark. There are none, there are no shortages of medicine. Don't take it from me, I'm not a medical supply expert. Take it from our beloved government. It's fine. In fact, I'm going to read between the lines here and actually say there's probably there's too much medicine, if anything. Just medicine. You can't move for medicine. In fact, just this morning, I tried to pour some cornflakes into a bowl for breakfast and out-tumble a 12-month course of immunosuppressants, corticosteroids, and anti-retroviral neurodilatory estrogen dermatotropic sleep factors.
All units, possible suspect or suspects reporting vehicle location.
I for one believe that there are no
ready to
medical
engage.
shortages, Andy. Just last week I went in with a broken arm and they suggested it might just be extreme period pain and prescribed me a drink of water and an astrology chart.
Control. Suspect is through the
Can't be too
checkpoint.
far away from
Over.
just prescribing stiff upper lip like this.
My uncle had a leg removed due to diabetes. They
So cool. Hello? Anyone? Now, if I was a light switch, I would be...
No DedSec registration detected. Identify yourself, or I'll seal the exits, hack your optic, and read you every drunken email you ever wrote until you starve.
Oh, relax. Sabine let me in.
Sabine's alive? Well, that's one piece of good news. I'm Bagley, DedSec's definitely not stolen, highly advanced AI assistant, and it seems I've been out of commission for a few months. Anyway, why don't you go connect me to the DedSec network so I can become more powerful than you could possibly imagine? I mean, catch up on what I missed. That's it. I'm reconnected to the network. Downloading our database, news archives, and... Oh no. Terrorist group DedSec responsible for deadly bombings in London? Dalton Wolf dead? I leave you people alone for a second and you immediately cock it all up.
Hey, Bagley. If DedSec didn't set off those bombs, who did?
There's a gap in my memory after Dalton... Well, let's be honest, after I disarmed the bomb at Parliament. I'm missing it... Patching in Sabine Brandt now. I suggest you listen very closely to anything she has to say.
There you are. I'm glad you made it. Bagley, God, it's good to hear your demented little voice. Is your memory intact?
Not even slightly. The last record I have is of our HQ being raided. My only lead is a group known as Zero Day. Ring any bells?
No. But the HQ was attacked by some men in black, the same that were at Parliament. Maybe working together. We didn't stand a chance. They just gunned everyone down.
That's terrible. How did you get out of there?
I managed to escape through the sewers to Camden. A contact smuggled me out of the city, and I've been hiding out in the north since.
Prudent. Your profile is red flagged as a high-priority target in the city's surveillance system. Even a partial recognition hit would have you hunted down and shot on sight.
Yeah, so DedSec's reputation isn't very good right now. Don't get me wrong, I like to take chances, but this is really risky.
Listen, if anyone knows anything about risks, it's me. I lost everything and everyone. But it comes down to this. London is in a death spiral. And if DedSec can't pull it out, trust me, no one can. The city needs a resistance. And it starts with you. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
Excellent. New user registered. welcome to DedSec. Now, it would be irresponsible of us to release you naked and mewling into the wild. You'll find equipment around the safe house that are essential items in your DedSec kit.
I repeat, all units. We have reports of a hostile in your area.
Very glad that my children studied drama at school, because that has set them up for life in modern Britain. That is the one core skill they need, the ability to pretend that they are living happy and fulfilled lives, that they have jobs that are worth doing, and that they're making the planet a better place, and that they control their own destinies, and that they have even a parody of a private life, and that they can smile without crying.
No vision.
That's what drama teaches them to do. Crucial skills in this day and age. Of course, it's not just the jobs that have been technologicalised beyond all recognition. It is also all reality. Thanks once again to Optic. According to Blue, the Optic system is now the most secure it's ever been. And, well, of course, I mean, it's so convenient, Optic, isn't it? It saves us so much time and hassle trying to exist in the kind of realm of reality. You don't even need to bother with that. I mean, sure, the government has hacked into my soul and now basically monitors my every waking moment and thought. But at least I don't have to type, where's my nearest coffee shop, into a search engine. At least I don't have to waste anything between 8 and 12 seconds every day going online to look up how to make a bowl of muesli. And at least I'm not frittering away my precious mental energies thinking, what do I actually think?
Optic is so secure, Andy. It's more secure than a teenage girl reading a women's magazine. It's more secure than a comedian with a drinking problem. It's more secure than a young man who just got his first motorcycle license.
Finally, before we go today, bug off to the Prime Minister, who has once again FRO'd to who knows where this week. He's sure that he's not here in London. I remember
Damn it! Time wasted.
Yet here we are. Those old government promises of adequate food turn out to be just that. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died of conditions that could be
Auto drive now enabled.
The black market means that criminal gangs like Clan Kelly run our cities. And Prime Minister Dev Hassani isn't even around to pretend to care. How do we go from a consumer paradise to a place of empty shelves and fighting for supplies? What turns a land of plenty into a wild west of hoarding, food battles and black market
Auto
battles?
drive now
We
disabled.
protect everyone who comes on the podcast by keeping their identities. Here's veteran political reporter Ian on the power behind shortages.
Look, I mean, what was the first thing that happened when Britain sealed itself off? The first stuff that stopped from coming was fresh food. We could live without fresh food. I mean, everyone's quality of life instantly worked.
Shaking.
We had a major problem with drugs for schizophrenia. So we saw such an uptick in the kind of attacks that we saw in the street and people suffering on their own because they didn't have the mental health drugs, because those drugs simply couldn't be stopped. We eventually found the same thing.
Urgent call. Possible hostile at your location.
And the trouble with the UK was we don't produce our own food.
In pursuit.
We never have.
I repeat, we are in pursuit.
Under half of our own food. So as soon as those walls went up, we started having significant...
I realise this is a difficult distinction for a vicious mammal like you to grasp, but there is such a thing as being too violent.
I had them. Where did they go?
Historical stuff makes out. Now, what did we see? People don't want to go through that stuff. They were desperate for the things that they had before, and they were scared. So they went to the black market. The same thing that always happens. And where did the black penny come from? It came from people wanting the things that they could previously get legitimately and could now only get through the black market.
Control. I've lost the target.
Towards criminality, and from there we got to the situation we have now of this physical war between criminals and security that seems to dominate what's going on out there on the streets.
Nothing shakes people's faith in capitalism quite as much as when capitalism fails to deliver. Here's underground writer and analyst Alfie, the politics of poverty.
Suspect is unsighted. Unsighted sweeping area.
I think what we need to do now is a realisation that capitalism's essentially failed. I mean, one key promise of capitalism.
Search units, disengage. This search is pointless.
People will have enough. Now, with this kind of huge shortages of everything, you're seeing that system collapse on its primary promise. And I think we've really reached a situation where we have to do away with capitalism entirely. We're seeing a situation where there's shortages for the many, but for a few individuals, there's an elite who are not struggling and short of anything. So this is kind of fundamental inequality in the capitalist system, which is no longer producing the goods. Shortages are being used. I'm not saying. Shortages are being used as an excuse.
Let's find this son of a bitch!
Control to all units. Possible hostiles near your location.
Power of the 1%.
Understood, Control.
And leaving the rest
Awaiting
of the
further instruction. Over.
So if you're starving hungry tonight, if your parents can't get
Let's get a clean-up crew over here. Over.
remember, it's all for the good of our people. Or Clan Kelly, or someone, just not us. But that's going to change. You've been listening to Buccaneer. Keep spreading the word and keep sharing it. There's enough of everything out there for all of us. We just need
Auto drive now enabled.
It was a banner year for what many may think an unlikely type of crime, namely non-violent crimes committed by people over the age of 75. Impoverished elderly are turning to crime in the hopes of getting free room and board. Join GBB as we look into the last resort of elder care, prison.
Terminating the search. Control. Put out an APW.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your pirate podcast source for what they don't want to. I'm Tash, and this time we're giving a special shout out from us to the boys and girls at the Signal and Intelligence Response Service, better known as SIRS. Why not? they're going to be listening anyway. They're listening to everyone. But don't worry, we're not going to say anything bad about the massive, unaccountable spy organisation that uses its powers to stifle dissent and shut down free speech. Instead, we're going to look at how SIRS becomes so powerful. And as usual, we'll keep everyone's names and locations secret, so SIRS doesn't come looking for them. Ian was a veteran political writer and broadcaster back in the days of pre-crisis.
Is the world we're living in now fascist? Well, this is what fascism is. It is the complete and total control of the... Nothing...
All right, hear me out. If we recruit an Albion guard, we could get them to infiltrate for us. How's that sound?
By the leader that takes over, that claims that he, has this sort of access to the soul of the country, to the soul of the people. He never does, it's just a myth. But that's what they go for. On that basis, they take the right to control every aspect of your life, from who you talk to where you eat, to where you go to hang out with your friends. And what we're doing now is a contemporary iteration of the process where you get corporations and the state operating and